Hey everybody, so I'm out metal detecting with the Garrett Axiom today. Today I'm actually just looking for big gold. I'm pretty much ignoring any small gold because I'm in an area that's known to have large gold, and so that's what I'm after today. But I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to go through some of the settings on the machine, talk about what my preferred settings are for the Axiom here, and then also just talk about some tips and tricks that I've learned after running this thing for well over 100 hours. I'm probably getting close to 200 hours on this machine now. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing fired up, and yeah, I'll share with you what I can, and maybe we'll even find some gold today. So what I'm listening for is just a very smooth, quiet transition in the threshold, and one that's clearly repeatable. No matter how faint it is, if you have a good target, it should be repeatable when you swing over it. So because I can't get it to give me the same tone over the same spot, I'm going to move on because that's probably mineralization. So I will turn the camera on once I have a good sounding target, and we'll see what we find. All right, so I have a target here. Here's what it sounds like. So let's turn up the sensitivity all the way and see if that makes a big difference. So here it is on 6. Now 8. Yeah, I would say that definitely turns the volume of the tone up a little bit. It definitely seems to hear it a little bit better. I'm curious though, how far do I need to turn the sensitivity down before I don't hear it at all? Let's bring it down to 4. Yeah, now I don't hear it at all. Not on 5. That's where I start to hear it, is on 6. Bring it down to 5 again. Now that I'm right over the top of it and I know where it is. 5 hears it. It's easier to hear it with the headphones on too, so it's not going to be as clear with the without the headphones on. So just something to keep in mind is wearing headphones. You always want to wear your headphones if you can, because it makes it much easier to hear the targets. So there it is on 6. Let's dig this up and see what we have. And hopefully the target is still there after this. If it moved, then it's trash, and I'm gonna move on because I don't want to be chasing a trash target. Okay, still there. Louder now. Scratch back some more. All right, that's a pretty good scratch. Do a little ground balance. Still there. It's getting pretty loud now though. I'd like it to be a little bit deeper. All right. See if that moved it. Okay, I found it. All right, let's get the magnet out just to make sure. So here's what I use. It's like a 40-pound jeweler's magnet. This thing is super handy. If you guys are interested in getting like any of the stuff that I use in my videos, metal detectors, picks, things like that, check out heritagegoldrush.com. You can get some good prices there on pretty much anything you would need prospecting. And if you use my discount code, I'll put it down in the description, you'll automatically get good prices there. Cody, who runs the website, he'll take care of you. Okay, let's see if this is an iron target. If it goes away after I run my magnet through here, then it's iron, and we're just gonna walk away. So here's what I just picked up. That's probably it right there. That's pretty big. Now remember, I'm in large gold mode though. That's what we're listening for. Is gold about this size or bigger. So we'll check it with the detector, and if the coil or if the target's gone, and that's what it was. Let's check. Ground balance real quick. Yep. Yeah, so the reason it was probably hard to find when I first got it out of the hole, it was probably laying like this when I first heard it, and it was probably laying straight up like this when I was trying to find it. And when it's like that, it's not kicking back a signal as strong as it would be if it was just laying flat. All right, on to the next target. So I'm making my way down this ravine right here that I found some nice gold in the past. And as I was walking up, I noticed all this loose dirt, and I thought it was somebody else was digging out here, but it turns out that this is actually someone who came through here with a 4x4 or a truck or something and just ripped up all this ground right here. So they got a lot of the overburden and other dirt out of the way, so I figured I might as well swing in here and see what I can find. And I just chased a big nail out of this hole right here. But in the same hole, I actually found this nice little faceted quartz right here. Little quartz crystal, kind of neat. Just popped right out. But yeah, you can see it reflecting the light a little bit. Pretty cool. Wasn't a gold nugget though. Cleaning up the nails. But I'm gonna detect the rest of this spot and see if there's any other targets in here. I've already pulled out 3 or 4 nails, but you never know, they could have turned something up. I just walked up to another spot that I've hit pretty hard with the GPX 6000. So let's swing over this spot with the Axiom with the 16-inch monocoil and see if it hears anything that maybe the GPX missed. After having used the GPX for a little while, I am noticing that the Axiom seems to struggle with the ground noise a little bit more, but keep in mind, I also have ground tracking off, where the GPX automatically has built-in ground balancing. That's what ground tracking is on the Garrett, is basically automatic ground balancing. So the thing is I have to ground balance all the time. Like every 5 to 10 steps, I got to ground balance this machine. Because when I turn on the ground tracking, there's the possibility of just missing a target. So that's one of the things that gives the Axiom an advantage over the GPX, is that you can manually turn off that automatic ground balancing so that you're not risking potentially balancing out a good target. Whereas on the GPX, you can't do that. There's always an automatic balance going on. Even if you have it in a manual setting, there's still some form of automatic balancing happening. Just when you turn the GPX into those auto balance modes, it's a lot stronger of a balance on the GPX. So anyways, a little noisier machine. Okay, I got a target out of the ground here. It was a little louder than I'd like, but the reason I'm recording this one is because my magnet didn't pick it up. So it shouldn't be iron. Could be a bullet, could be a nugget. Let's see. It's gonna be tricky to get it in the scoop because it's all mixed up with this grass. Oh, maybe not. Okay, it's in my scoop. I think it's gonna be a bullet if it's not iron. Oh, yep. I think I see it. There it is. It's a round cylinder pellet, not even a 22. It's down there a little ways. If it was a gold nugget, I would say it would weigh 1.2 grams, is my guess, if it was. But it's not. Some lead. Better than iron, though. Let's see what else we can find out here. Alright, so I'm going to swing and talk here, and I'm probably going to miss a ton of targets, but I'm not too concerned because I've hammered this spot. But I just wanted to kind of summarize how things went today and how I think this machine performs after I have well over 100 hours on it. And, you know, since I mentioned the GPX a few times in the video, I'll talk about how I think this machine compares to the GPX also. This machine requires more skill and know-how to use than the GPX 6000. This machine can be made to do some really incredible things, and I've been out with a buddy of mine who who knows this machine in and out. I know the guy's a pro. He really knows what he's doing. And we compared some targets together against the 6000, and he was able to hear targets on the Axiom that I was hearing with the 6000 pretty clear, almost as clearly. Now, whether or not he would have found that target without me pointing it out first, I don't know, but the machine did hear it. The Axiom did hear the same target as the 6000. This machine is a lot more chatty, noisier than the 6000. The main reason for that is because I always run this machine with ground track off, and that's the recommended way to run this machine. When you do that, the machine is not making any type of automatic adjustments to the ground balancing. The GPX, it automatically does that. Even if you're in a manual mode, it still has some form of automatic balancing happening in the background. When you kick the GPX up into those auto modes, it's just turning that auto ground balancing way up. But regardless, no matter what setting you're in on the 6000, it's always doing some type of ground balancing. So this machine is going to be really noisy, and you're going to have to ground balance a lot. But the advantage to that is that you're not risking this machine balancing out a good target or balancing out a mineralized spot that also has a piece of gold in it, because that could be a problem. Is you have a piece of gold that's in a mineralized spot, and a lot of times gold travels with the mineralized stuff. You know, a lot of people say gold rides an iron horse, where iron is mineralized, and if there's gold in an iron spot and your machine is automatically balancing out that iron pocket that also contains the gold, well, you're possibly missing a gold target. This machine isn't going to do that. The GPX does do that, but it's not so bad that you're going to be losing a ton of gold. I don't think that's really a huge issue with the GPX 6000. The sensitivity on this machine, you can go all the way up to the top, and I don't recommend running this machine that high. I really think this thing should be ran on like 6 at the highest, and then turn it up if you can. But once you start getting above 4 or 5, this machine starts to get really chatty, but it also runs really hot, and so you'll have to make your adjustments as you're going. I often have my finger resting on the sensitivity, and I'll be swinging, and if I hear something that I think sounds good, I'll kick it up, swing on it, see if I like the sound of it. If I don't like it and I want to move on, then I'll drop it back down to, you know, whatever setting I want it to. So, you know, you're constantly making changes to this machine to get it to do what you want. As you're walking, you're going to be balancing a lot. You're going to be adjusting your sensitivity a lot. You might adjust your threshold. You know, it just kind of just depends on what's going on. Really, the only ones that I'm messing with consistently is sensitivity and ground balance. And if I do have a double D coil, then I'll be using the iron check feature a lot, which you can only use on the double D feature, or on the the double D coil. That's another thing I'll point out. This has an iron check feature on it that you do not get on the GPX 6000. And when you're in a trashy spot that you're just trying to figure out if there's gold there, you can use this machine to do your iron check. And the way that works is you press and hold the iron check button, and if this machine does think that it's iron, then it'll make a tone, the regular tone that it makes, or it'll make a grunt. But if it thinks it's gold, it won't make any tone at all. So if you were to press it and swing over gold, it would be quiet, or lead, it would be totally quiet. But if you swung it over iron while you were doing the iron check, it would make a signal or a grunt sound. So that's what's really nice about this. If I was going into a field that I knew was trashy but also had gold, and I was just trying to figure out the lay of the land, I would absolutely go there first with the Axiom to utilize that iron check feature. That's a big deal. The Axiom has a lot more coil options than the 6000. With the 6000, out of the box, you get the 11-inch mono coil and you get the 14-inch double D coil. I've used that double D coil, and I found gold with the double D coil. It's a great machine because it helps you get rid of any EMI you might be having in the area, and the double D coil does a really great job at that on the 6000, and it still has good sensitivity. And a lot of people online have said that they are impressed with the 14-inch double D coil on the GPX, and I would agree with that. I'm pretty impressed with that. You can also get a 17-inch monocoil for the 6000, and I've heard that that does give you a little bit more depth, and it maintains sensitivity. So that 17-inch coil is definitely a good thing to have on that machine, the 6000. The Axiom comes with 6 coils. It's basically an 11-inch, a 13-inch, and a 16-inch, both in a mono and a double D configuration. So that's why it has the 6 coils. It's just a mono and a double D of each one. Depending on which package you buy with this machine, you can buy them where it comes with a double D coil and a mono coil, and you get the wireless headphones. They have a light version out now where it just comes with one coil and it doesn't come with the headphones or anything. I think they're wired headphones rather than the wireless. My recommendation is if you're thinking about getting the Axiom though, definitely get the one that comes with the headphones, and I would definitely suggest getting the version with the 11-inch mono and the 13-inch double D. That's the configuration that I would recommend. I didn't find anything today that the 6000 missed. I just came out here trying to see if this machine would detect some stuff deeper than the 6000, and that wasn't what happened today, but that could be because I got all the gold. I didn't swing over any gold, who knows. I do think this machine can detect larger gold deeper than the 6000, but I have not verified that yet. I am going to set up a controlled side-by-side test where I come out here with a 3.5 gram and an 8 gram nugget, and we're going to see which one of these machines detects that large gold deeper than the other. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Again, if you are interested in getting this machine, go check out heritagegoldrush.com. He will take care of you and make sure that you get a really good price on this. If you use my discount code down in the description of this video, you will get a discount. If you have any questions, go ahead and give them a call. You can find the number on their website, and Cody there, who runs the website, will make sure to take care of you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you found it helpful, educational, or just fun to watch, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.